Welcome to Millennials and Money. Born between 1982 and 1999, the millennial generation is even bigger than baby boomers. Yet they face the most uncertain economic future since the Great Depression. But good news is on the horizon. Over the next 20 years, the largest intergenerational wealth transfer in history will occur. $70 trillion will change hands from their baby boomer parents to their millennial and Gen X children. Millennials, the me generation. Or are they? For the last decade, headlines have labeled millennials as lazy, entitled narcissists who still live with their parents. Picture avocado toast consuming, latte drinking, yoga mat toting, always job hopping, and drowning in debt. This is how the media has defined millennials. But if you look deeper, through no fault of their own, millennials have faced one financial setback after another. The Great Recession, stagnant wages, rising cost of living, ballooning student loan debt, increased medical and housing costs, and now the pandemic. These events have ensured millennials have less money to spend and invest than previous generations. Just over half of millennials say their generation's American dream has been upended. No wonder millennials have been called the unluckiest generation in U.S. history. Here is the most current snapshot yet of millennials and their money. They earn less and have half the net worth their parents did at their age. They're very driven, highly educated, and extremely ambitious. They launch businesses twice as fast as their parents and 8 years earlier. They have a mountain of student loan debt that's preventing them from accumulating assets. They have lower credit scores than most of the other generations. They've been one of the driving forces in ESG and sustainable investing. They're wary of stocks and the possibility the market could crash again. By all standards, they aren't saving anywhere near what they'll need for retirement. Many millennials don't have access to employer-sponsored retirement plans. They're saving some money. The problem is they're just not investing that money. Many millennials are choosing to get married later in life. They've also made the conscious decision to have fewer children. And they're paying more in rent, but someday they do want to buy a home. Moving forward, millennial wealth will come from inheritance, entrepreneur activity, and income gains. Here's why help is needed. Number one, 46% of millennials think investing is too risky, holding 70% of their savings and investments in cash. Number two, only 24% demonstrated basic financial knowledge, and only 8% demonstrated high financial literacy. And number three, 39% don't feel knowledgeable enough to manage their own investments. Here's how we help you. Number one, studies show financial advisors are the number one trusted source for millennials. More than books, TV shows, newspapers, podcasts, radio, magazines, websites, or YouTube. Number two, affluent millennials with a financial advisor are 2 times more likely to report better investment performance. And number three, 92% of millennials have a strong desire to improve their money management skills. Did you know 82% of millennials report using a financial advisor? And these are the areas they want their financial advisor to help them with. Calculating savings needed for retirement, create a retirement plan or strategy, paying off other debt, investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and sustainable investments, calculating income retirement savings can produce, strategies for saving and budgeting, selecting the right investments, paying off student loan debt, and investing in real estate or purchasing a home. Did you know 41% of millennials admit spending more on coffee than on their retirement plans? They know they should invest, but they're overwhelmed, thinking investing is intimidating, risky, overwhelming, and complicated. No wonder millennials report the highest levels of anxiety, stress, and depression than any other generation. According to Charles Schwab, there's one generation that feels more insecure about their finances than any other. It's millennials. And we'd like to help you turn that around and create your future. We'd like to offer you a complimentary Millennials and Money financial review to provide you with answers. There is no cost and no obligation. You have nothing to lose, but quite possibly much to gain. But first, let's schedule a complimentary 20-minute discovery call